Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Colorado Rockies.
What a day Sunday for the hometown kid. Kyle Freeland in his 251st Major League start threw a gem yesterday, his first complete game as he tamed the Kansas City Royals. It capped off a wonderful weekend as the Rockies swept KC. And Colorado getting raring to go again tonight at Coors Field as they welcome in the team with the best record in the American League, the Tampa Bay Rays. Rockies baseball powered by Major League Baseball. Welcome upstairs, everybody. Glad, as always, that you're along with us with Ryan Spilborghs. I'm Drew Goodman. We'll get to the trade deadline in one moment, but what a weekend.
Great weekend. Great fan support, and the Rockies played clean. I love the offense. The whole thing about this weekend, especially as you're getting ready to take on the Rays.
Absolutely. Well, a flurry of activity around baseball today. The Rockies were busy as well. Brenton Doyle goes to the White Sox for a young starting pitcher in Mason Adams, who's not far from the big leagues, and also a 16-year-old in Carlos Vielma, who's really torn it up so far. And Antonio Senzatella moves on as well. He goes to the Brewers for a left-handed reliever, Mark Manfredi. Juan Martinez, a young, good-looking player at 19, also comes in that deal. And Victor Vodnik traded to the Marlins for infielder Connor Norby and a right-handed pitcher in Aiden May. For more, we go field level, checking with Jeff Hewson.
Drew, this is always an interesting day because there's so much innuendo. Other people are saying this guy's going to be traded, that guy's going to be traded. At the end of the day, some of them work, some of them don't. Earlier today, I had an opportunity to talk to President of Baseball Operations, Paul DePodesta, and asked him what was the process in making the trades today.
I actually didn't know that we would move Brenton or Vic. Given the control we had with them going forward, how we valued them, it was a matter of another team sort of meeting that price, for us. And I think ultimately, in both those deals, we felt like we got players back that really made sense for us. And then obviously with Senza too. With Senza in particular, he's meant so much to this franchise, been here for, 15 years, in the big leagues for, 10 of those or something like that. Really wanted to be able to deliver, sort of putting him in a pennant race, somewhere. And so I'm excited for him. I actually just got a chance to share that with him and excited to root for him through October. Hopefully they're playing for a long time.
Well, let's hope for Sid's sake that happens, because when you think back to his first start in the playoffs was against Milwaukee. This was him earlier today finding out. He didn't know when he went out to play catch that he was going to be traded. He saw Warren Schaefer walk out and he kind of thought to himself, uh-oh, I think this might be it. So guys, we know what Senza's meant to us personally, just the type of player he is, but to this organization, he has been a class act.
Absolutely. Well put, Jeff Hewson. And first and foremost, because of what we do, and you're a former player, Huey obviously as well, you think of the guy first, and he is A+ across the board.
Yeah, I mean, not only Antonio, but Victor Vodnik and Brenton Doyle. I mean, we wish them nothing but the best, but it was also a necessary evil and something that we've been looking forward to for quite some time for Rockies fans to watch this roster start to take shape and recycle and get younger players back.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for the Rockies as they continue to build. They want to build on the 3-game winning streak and make it 4 a little later on. We'll get you more familiar with the Tampa Bay Rays when we come back. We're a few minutes in front of first pitch on this Monday night. It's the Rockies and Rays from 20th and Blake. Rockies, Tampa Bay Rays on a Monday night. So who are these Rays? Well, they every year seem to shock everyone. They have Junior Caminero, one of the top young sluggers in the sport. He's 23. He's got 30 jacks, a 900-plus OPS. Here's our UC Health scouting report. They have the best record in the American League, 65-46. They play in the very competitive American League East, as you know. They've been unbelievable at home, solid out on the road. They have a very good rotation. And at the deadline, they picked up fastball Freddie, who was having a disappointing year with the Mets, and also Liam Hicks. I'm sure we'll see both of those guys tomorrow, in fact. Freddie Peralta probably gets the start. Liam Hicks, a really good catcher with Miami, good two-way player because he can swing it. So we're set to go. It's the Rockies, it's the Rays. Come on back to Coors Field with us. Michael Lorenzen will make the start tonight as the Rockies open up this three-game set against Tampa. Tampa begins a 9-game road trip tonight. So Michael on the mound. Let's take a look at the lineup that will oppose him. Yandy Diaz, such a good hitter. He'll lead things off. He's the DH on a nightly basis for Kevin Cash. Then it's Jonathan Aranda. There's Junior Caminero hitting in that 3 spot. The veteran Cedric Mullins will follow. Victor Mesa Jr., Chandler Simpson, who can absolutely fly. Richie Palacios is batting 7th. Kenny Piper behind the plate making his major league debut. And the switch hitting shortstop who runs well is Taylor Wells.
Well, Michael Lorenzen getting ready to start. This will be his 23rd of the season. He's been on a good run of late, but he's going to have his hands full against this Rays team, which is second in baseball in batting average. They don't strike out. They also don't hit a lot of home runs. StatCast 3Ds powered by Google Cloud. Changeup has finally really been working for Lorenzen after a little tweak that Tanner Gordon gave him. And you know, he basically throws the kitchen sink.
And what he looks to do this night, and really every night, but he needs to be more efficient. Michael would be the first to tell you that, Huey. He's averaging 18.5 pitches per inning.
Yeah, and if you look back to his last start in 4+, it was 93 pitches.
And this is poked foul, fortunately. It's 0-2, and the 18.5 per inning is the highest in baseball. Pitching coaches will always tell you, hey, we'd love to see our guy around 15 pitches per inning. Freddie Peralta, who's now a new Ray, we're just talking about him. He's at 18.4 this year. 0-2 on Diaz. Off the plate away, the setup, and a hot smash to Castro. Good backhand play.
Good start.
I don't know if you want one that hot to start the game, do you?
You would prefer just a nice little two-hopper, work into it. Instead, he gets a nasty backhand, but then makes it look so smooth.
109 miles an hour off the bat, but you'll take it because it was in 3 pitches. Nice play, Willie.
That'll bring up Jonathan Aranda. He's got an 801 OPS. Offense, even with the beautiful record they have, Spilly, offense has been an issue, especially of late. They've scored 11 runs their last 7 games.
Yeah, but they still won a bunch of them.
Because they throw shutouts half the time. They have 4 shutouts in their last 8 games. They lost yesterday 9-1 at home to the White Sox. They lost 2 out of 3 to the White Sox.
Well, it's amazing when you look at this Rays team I was talking about. They don't hit a ton of home runs, 111 on the season, but if they do out homer their opponent, they're 31-1.
Yeah, they don't lose for Kevin Cash. Longtime manager now at Tampa Bay. He's a 2-1. This is toward the middle of the diamond and on through, so it's a base hit for Aranda. Let's take a look at the York Space Systems Rockies defense tonight. Cole Carrick, he's been playing every day in center field. Again, Brent Doyle's now a part of the White Sox organization. Jake McCarthy is in left, Tyler Freeman in right tonight. Karros had yesterday off. He's back at third. Tovar at short. Willie, you just saw. Troy Johnston getting another start at first base. And Hunter Goodman, who had yesterday off, is back behind the plate. I know some people were nervous. Hunter's name was bandied about consistently, especially in the Northeast with the Yankees and Red Sox needing catchers. And guess what? Hunter is a Colorado Rocky.
It's good for us.
Absolutely. This ball's well hit right center field by Caminero, and it's going to leave the yard. Two-run home run for Junior Caminero, his 31st of the year. And just on that swing, you get a feel for how strong he is, man. It's a violent swing.
This guy has some of the most pop you'll ever see. I mean, he really does hit the ball harder than most humans have ever hit a baseball. This one, 109 miles an hour off the bat. And once he got locked in May, he made a small swing adjustment to where his front foot lands neutral. You can see it landing neutral. And he just explodes. Even the sound off his bat is completely different than 99.9% of major leaguers.
Just the coil that he has. I mean, you can kind of see that leg kick, the hands, everything. The coil from the side just tells you it's going to be a violent swing, and that ball jumped.
Cedric Mullins pops his foul and out of play.
Well, the Rays on the season are 44-15 when they score first. It's the third best record in Major League Baseball.
Good news is the Rockies have become very adept at overcoming deficits, especially here at Coors Field. You know, with a little 3-game winning streak for the Rockies, they're now within 2 games of reaching the 500 mark at home at 27-29.
I think that's huge. Get back to that 500 and then crawl above it as you finish out the season.
Yeah, I'd agree. And I think everyone knows that if you want to draw it up, ideally, to be a 90+ win team, you know, win 60% of your home games or somewhere in that neighborhood and kind of hold serve on the road. That's kind of what Tampa does.
Are they at home 41-18?
41-18.
That's #1 in the sport. But they hang in on the road. They're 24-28. Here's the 2-2. And this is lifted foul down the right field line. You know what's wild for me is we all have done a lot of homework on Tampa. And if you're into run differential, they don't really have an impressive run differential, just +31 for a team that has the best record in the American League. 2-2. Foul tip.
Yeah, but you didn't count the fun differential. Their fun differential is off the charts. They have a lot of fun.
Where did you find that? Because I haven't been able to see that on Fangraphs or anywhere.
Yeah, it's in a bullpen somewhere.
Okay.
Or you could ask Corey Dickerson, first base coach for the Tampa Bay Rays. He'll tell you how much fun they're having.
I saw Corey today on my walk in. It's fun to see his smiling face again.
Three and two. You know what surprised me? When I was looking at Corey's numbers, and this doesn't surprise me because he could flat hit. He finished his career with a 799 OPS. Let's call it 800, that's what you expect. I mean, that kid could really rake. But it seems like we were chatting with him on the field, Huey, recently. His last year was 23.
Really? I would have thought it would have been a couple of years before that.
He's loving coaching. Loving it.
Down at the Meridian, Mississippi. Cedric Mullins, enough.
Well, talk about a pitch count.
Yeah, it's already at 20. Cedric has 10 foul balls. Or so it seems.
Yeah, his 12th pitch to the bat coming right up.
This ball to deep right, but playable for Tyler Freeman. 2 outs.
Let's get you the forward keys to the game. I always look forward to this. Thanks for the memories. This is for the several guys that got traded today. Thank you, Senzatella and Brenton Doyle, Victor Vodnik. Seymour barrels. Ian Seymour pitching. Rockies looking to barrel him up. And no rays of sunshine. This Rays team is good, but the Rockies coming off a 3-game sweep looking to do some more damage against this Rays team.
Victor Mesa Jr. steps up. You got to figure when Liam Hicks arrives, he's going to hit somewhere in the middle of that lineup, Spilly, right?
I would think so. I loved him as a hitter when we saw him with Miami. Tough to strike out, good walk rate, power.
He's controllable for a while.
I was a little shocked to see that trade.
This is popped up to left field. Jake McCarthy will make the catch. 2-run home run, Junior Caminero, and it's 2-0 Tampa. Jake will jog in and he'll put the batting gloves on when we come back. Rays up 2-0 as Jake McCarthy gets ready to go against the left-hander Ian Seymour. Here's the Rockies lineup on this Monday evening. Kyle Karros will follow. Then it's Cole Carrick, Hunter Goodman in the 4 spot, Mickey Moniak, Willie Castro, Tyler Freeman, Troy Johnston, and Ezekiel Tovar. Seymour has a marvelous changeup. He's worked plenty out of the bullpen, and he's become a spot starter, kind of number 5 in their rotation right now. Lefties have had more success.
It's a bit of a crossfire. He's funky, and to your point, I mean, that changeup is nasty, and it's tough on righties. Probably a little bit easier on lefties because it doesn't have anything that he can really throw inside to a lefty. With that changeup, it fades away. To give you an idea, Statcast 3D is powered by Google Cloud. The changeup's most used pitch, 4-seam sweeper, an occasional sinker, slider, curveball, and if you see a cutter, I'll give you $1.
That's it?
1 ball, 1 strike as he goes to that changeup. Righties 188, lefties 248.
And lefties also hit 8 home runs compared to 4 for the righties.
And we know how well Jake has swung the bat against left-handed pitching this year. Fourth in baseball. Here's the 2-1. And Seymour with the sweeper, 2-2.
I like that Jake had to take a quick break because he swung really hard at this sweeper. Almost came out of his shoes.
Ball in the air to left, and Chandler Simpson in fair ground makes the catch. Take a look at the Rays defensively. Simpson in left, Cedric Mullins always been a good center fielder. Victor Mesa Jr. is in right. Caminero and Walls on the left side, Palacios and Aranda on the right side. And I'll mention it once again, Kenny Piper making his major league debut tonight because they moved their backup catcher in one of the numerous deals the Rays made. And they also had to make room for Liam Hicks coming in. Karros takes strike 1. He had a huge 2-run double on Saturday night. And it got the Rockies going.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest hit of that night.
I would concur.
Yeah, after trailing 4-0, just to get some momentum back on yours. Of course, then they tacked on after that, but it was so nice because there was 1 out, and you're thinking, oh man, you know, you need to score at least a couple runs. Then, of course, he scored a lot more.
One and 2. Seymour's kind of dropped his arm angle a little bit from last year to this year, 47 degrees to 42 degrees. I think that would help against lefties.
Let's make it a little bit more, get a little more run.
And he gets a strikeout at Karros. Well, that'll bring up Cole Carrick. And Cole's been hot since the day he arrived in the big leagues. But over the last 13, he's got a 381 average and an impressive 1017 OPS.
Yeah, I mean, this is an impressive young player, and as we're watching him, I mean, he's just starting to come into his own, and that's already impressive. He said, I have no idea what his ceiling is. I don't think he has one.
That first hit he had in yesterday's game was so impressive. Like, it was just a battle swing, and he just hit that double down the left field line. That was a thing of beauty.
Yeah, said it was TJ Rumfield-esque.
Yes. It was like a slicer in tennis down the line.
The other impressive things about Cole is he has hit really good pitching this year. See Jacob Mizorowski.
Top of the list.
Yeah, and I think it's something you're aware of as a front office executive, as a talent evaluator, as a manager, a hitting coach. Okay, as the Rockies build and ascend, you want to put a roster together that can compete in October. That's a loud single. And you're not just going, okay, the guy did this, that, and the other thing offensively. How did he do against some of the upper echelon guys?
Sure. I mean, you always want to be ranking the best players in baseball. And for Cole Carrick, another laser. Looks like everybody's stuck trying to do their celebration. This comes on a four-seam fastball. And I guess the thing that stands out for me is I'm looking at Cole. I mean, the right-hand swing, left-hand swing are virtually identical. But I just love his walk rate. It's at 11% and a 19% strikeout rate for a young player. Fantastic.
Hunter takes ball one. Last time we saw Hunter, he was a one-man wrecking crew. We said that before this year. Saturday night, 4 hits, 2 homers, 5 ribbies.
Actually, there was a sense of relief for Hunter Goodman today, too.
There's a sense of relief for a few guys today. The guy on deck's one of them.
Yeah, I mean, Mickey Moniak. Yeah. I mean, he and Jake McCarthy shared a big hug coming up the steps for batting practice this afternoon. So we made it. This is down the line, Fat.
That was funny. It was about, what, 4:07 or so? And they're like, phew.
You know, and understand this, and we'll talk about this, I'm sure, throughout the night, maybe the next couple of days. It's not just that, oh, we don't have to relocate. Those guys feel so much a part of this rebuild, and they're dug in, and they want to be Rockies. They want to be part of this. No swing.
I mean, there's no question. You want to be on the ground floor. You want to be part of the turnaround.
And that's not always the case. You know that.
No, I mean,
playing, right?
we experienced it here in Colorado. I mean, you go from 06 to a year later, you're in the World Series. It just feels great.
And there are some guys, and you understand this too, Huey, that when it comes to the trade deadline, they're like, hope and please. I hope I get moved.
Yep. And you know, you have guys that are that way, and it could be for a number of reasons, but a lot of times it has to do with the team itself.
2-2. And the changeup gets Hunter. So Carrick left at first. We'll go to the second. 2-0 Rays on the Caminero homer.
From the beginning.
Orbit Cam is presented by York Space Systems. So Rockies down 2-0. Michael Lorenzen in the second. We'll see Chandler Simpson initially. Simpson kind of a unique player. He tries to hit the ball on the ground.
He does. He's also made himself into a wonderful defender. Corey Dickerson's been working out with him in left field.
Well, I say hit it on the ground. He lines this to right for a base hit, and now you have to deal, Huey, with the wheels.
Yeah, 27 stolen bases now. He has been caught 11 times, but that's a pretty big number. Even with the caught stealing, because it tells you that's his mindset. I'm going to be aggressive.
He went through, I believe it was May through June. He went almost a month without a stolen base attempt. He was just dealing with some leg issues.
Palacios at the plate takes a strike.
He's got double oven mitts on.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a baker.
They have a baker.
Yeah, former Rocky.
Former Rocky, their closer. Former Rocky farmhand, for those wondering what we're talking about. That's fouled off. 0-2. I always marvel every year at Tampa.
Trying to figure out how they do it.
You know, you don't know 90% of the names. They play in a division with the Yankees, with Toronto, two of the biggest payrolls. Boston, throw them in there also, right? Baltimore, with all the young talent. I know they've been disappointing the last year and a half. And every year, there's Kevin Cash, typically in the postseason. 1-2.
Every year for radio, we have our top 30 teams, and every year I put Tampa Bay at number 30 as far as the team that I worry the least about, because I don't try to make sense of any of the moves or the names. They're just good.
Yep. Palacios rips that to center. Simpson will stop at second, and two singles, first and second, nobody out, and that'll bring up Kenny Piper again, making his major league debut. This is a kid that's put in a lot of time in the minor leagues. A good story. He's 28.
This is great. I love this. I think part of what makes it special, he's 28 years old. He was in Double-A. He was drafted by the Rays. I mean, he was only going to be here for one day. So it's great. Let's give this guy, as an organization, you kind of get your flowers here. I hope he does nothing great, but at the same time, he can revel in the idea that he made his debut in Colorado.
And he takes ball one.
It's cool. I looked up his Instagram, married with a little baby. It's special.
Hey, you hope his loved ones were able to get here.
What it also does, though, is it gives the guys down in the minor leagues in the system hope that, hey, look at what happened with Kenny.
You never know, right?
You never know. Yeah.
He's with the Biscuits, right? Montgomery, the Biscuits.
That's
He's got a little pop. He's, he hit 11 home runs down there in Double-A.
I read some of the words he's trying to put into context just how important and how big of a deal it was. He said to Mark Topkin, who does a great job covering the Tampa Bay Rays, said it was super emotional. He barely got any words, just said it's surreal.
3-1. And he just drew a walk to load the bases. Obviously, that's not what Lorenzen was trying to do there against the young hitter. He was trying to get a ground ball and hopefully a twin killing. Instead, the bases are full, no one out, and Taylor Walls is at the plate.
Well, for Michael Lorenzen, the last 9 games he's been pitching much better, and runners in scoring position, batting average below 200. He's going to have to find a magic hat to get himself out of this one. See if he can pull a rabbit out.
Walls has been scuffling last 21 games, just a 153 batting average, but he runs well. So we're just talking about double play possibilities. This kid coming out of the left side of the box, going to be tough to double up. There's a group on base. 2-0 on the Caminero first inning home run for Tampa.
To your point, Drew, with Walls, he's not a great offensive player, but his defense is off the charts.
He leads all shortstops in DRS right
16.
now. 1-1. 1-2. And they were one of those teams, as you know, Spilly, rumored to be looking maybe for a plus offensive shortstop.
It also gives you an idea of what the Tampa Bay Rays value.
Pitching and defense, 2-2. And that's a base hit. That's going to score 2. And going first to third is Kenny Piper. 4-0 Tampa. Not the start the Rockies were looking for on this Monday night.
No, especially when you start getting damage from the bottom of the lineup. Started with a single from Simpson, another single from Palacio, the walk to Kenny Piper, his major league debut. And then in a 2-2 count, he tried to go from the front door, two-seam fastball, leaks out over the plate. And now you spin it over to the top, where this is where the damage occurs for the Rays.
When you got a base stealer now too at first in Wells.
And he's got 15 bags. 1-0 on Yandy Diaz. He hit a ball 109 miles an hour to lead off the ball game that Willie Castro made a great backhanded stop on to throw him out. And this to right, it'll hold up for Freeman. Tagging is Piper, and he scores the 5th run for the Rays. The kid making his big league debut scores his first major league run.
This is what the Rays offense has done all season long. They can manufacture runs in a bunch of different ways. First and third, they're just trying to elevate the ball in the outfield. Productive out for Yandy. It's already 5-0 Rays.
And there goes the runner. The throw to second, skips into center field. And the throw by Carrig is not in time. So Walls with a steal a second and then an error on Hunter on the throw allows him to go to third.
You can see Walls got a huge jump off Lorenzen, and for Hunter Goodman, he tries to almost make an infield throw, trying to be quick. Ends up short hopping Tovar. Tovar tried to get out of the way of Walls.
Yeah, Walls had a great jump.
Almost just have to eat it.
Yeah.
The one on Aranda.
But you know how it is, Billy, when you're down and you feel like, oh, this game's starting to go one way. You try to make something happen. I think that's what Hunter did.
And another base hit. 6-0 Tampa. Ugly start for the Rockies. For Aranda, his 66th RBI.
Yeah, 56 of those coming against right-handed pitchers. Now you got to face Junior Caminero again. His last at bat, little fastball, and he hit it 109 miles an hour for his 31st home run. He's one of those guys, Drew. If you have your back turned to batting practice, you can hear the ball off his bat. Good reason why. 105 miles an hour more.
This is a chopper, and that's a good job by Tovar to come get that. It turns into a 6-4-3 to get the Rockies off the field. But the first 4 reached, and they all scored for the Rays.
Betting Odds is brought to you by Bet365. One or more home runs. How about just one home run? This is about plus 350 wide because Mickey Moniak hits homers against the Rays. That is what he does. When he wakes up, he sees the Rays on the books, he's going to hit a homer.
Well, last year he made his Rockies debut. First game of the year down at George Steinbrenner Field while the Trop was being fixed. And he homered, to your point. Here's what it looked like, Billy. Describe it, please.
Well, you saw it. It came off the bat. Left center field. No doubter. And for the Rockies and Mickey Moniak, he has found a home here in Colorado.
Well, that home's going to extend for a while because he is very close to signing a 2-year extension with the Rockies.
Nice.
Yep, and he had one more year of arbitration, so it's going to eat up a free agent year as well. And this is a nice pickup in second by Palacios, and he just did get Mickey. But Mickey's value, especially against right-handed pitching, you know, he slugs over 550, a ton of home runs. I mean, he's got 17 he missed more than a month, right? But also, Spilly and Huey, the presence in the dugout and the clubhouse.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't. It's nice for the Rockies. It's nice play from Richie Palacios at second base. For the Rockies to have somebody that, you know, he's not like he's 35 years old. He's still in his 20s. He's hit for power. He's part of this group moving forward.
Willie lines this to center field, and it is going to run all the way to the wall. This could be triple territory. Castro on his way to third. Stand-up triple for Willie. First triple of the year for Willie, number 25 in his career.
A nice little answer back for the Rockies. Hopefully they can cash in Willie Castro. You'll notice Cedric Mullins took a pretty steep angle trying to cut it off, and it burned him. Cedric, you can see that angle, he's trying to cut it off, and as soon as it hit, it took off. If he takes a deeper angle towards the bullpen, he might have been able to cut off and prevent a triple.
Yeah, you got to cash this in, down 6-love early. Tyler Freeman at the plate. Of course, the infield's back for Tampa with the big lead. So Freeman trying to drive in his 24th run. It rained a little bit, nothing serious. The tarp was never placed on the field, but you know, the carpet here, it's grass, right? It is so well maintained by Mark Razum and his crew, and then you get a little bit of, you know, wetness. That ball is going to skip, isn't it? Here's the 1-1.
That changeup from Seymour. If you're a right-handed hitter, I totally understand why the league is hitting 154 off the changeup.
And the slug is only 221.
He crossfires and he really sells it.
And this is popped up, and it's going to prevent the run from scoring here. So there are 2 outs, and that'll bring up Troy Johnston. Who wants tacos, folks? We've been getting a lot of tacos lately. The Rockies have scored 7 in 2 straight. When they hit that number, make your way the following day between 4 and 6 to your Colorado Taco Bell locations. Get your Rockies taco special with Moss at Taco Bell. Want to know on Johnston. He was 1 for 4 in the 8-1 victory yesterday over Kansas City.
Drew, you were talking about the lower arm slot. Just seeing it from the side here, you can see why that has been more effective for him. Just not an angle you're used to seeing.
This ball is in the air to left. Simpson will make the catch. The Rockies could not take advantage of the 1-out triple by Castro.
Hey, The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps.
Cedric Mullins at the plate. He's not the now well-traveled Cedric Mullins. How about this? 6 runs in the first 2 innings for Tampa. We were discussing this in the first inning, that they have really struggled to score. They had scored 11 runs their previous 7 games. As Billy pointed out, but they're winning a lot of them because the other team doesn't score at all. 4 shutouts in their last 8 games. Here's a 2-0. Now it's 3-0. And Lorenzen Huey continues to struggle.
Well, and we might see Tanner Gordon get back up. He started to get up and throw, but then Michael induced a double play to end the inning, and he sat back down.
This Rays team is on a 9-game road trip. So Rockies for the next couple days. They have a day off. They head to Seattle, and then they play the A's in West Sacramento.
Well, that could get the bats healthy, right? West Sac. Want to know on Mesa. Mullins takes off, and the throw again is low and has to be blocked by Tovar. Huey, do you think those are by design, or do you think they're just low throws?
I think they're just low throws. He's trying to get rid of them so fast because he knows the type of jump that the guys are getting. That was a really nice play, too, from Ezekiel, understanding, you know, I just got to come up in front of the bag. We're not going to get him, but I don't need that ball going into center.
That's 17th stolen base for Cedric Mullins. The Rays have stole 106 bags.
This ball is to deep right. Freeman will make the catch over his shoulder. Mullins tags, and he moves up 90 feet. Well, the Rays can play small ball. They lead all of baseball in bunt hits and infield hits overall, and they have a low strikeout rate. Lowest in baseball. League average is around 22%. And they hit with runners in scoring position. So when you add them all up, even though they don't hit a lot of homers, they win a lot of games.
Yeah, well, they pitch well. They play great defense. And very similar to how the Milwaukee Brewers go about their offense.
In fact, only 34.5% of their runs are scored via a home run, which is 29th in baseball. And the team you just mentioned, Milwaukee, at 31%, they're last. But guess what? They're really good offensive teams.
Yeah, they're like, look at our record.
And look at the Rockies, because the Rockies are kind of middle of the pack in terms of home runs. They're 18th with 126. But the Rockies, especially over the last couple of months, have had one of the top offenses in baseball because they can score in a variety of ways with McCarthy and Carrick, etc.
And probably the biggest number that stands out, walk rate has increased, strikeout rate for the Rockies is gone.
This gets redirected. It's going to turn into a hit for Simpson. Lorenzen trying to field it, got a piece of it, and Castro would have had a play, but there's, you don't have eyes behind you. So it's 7-0.
Well, I just talked about all the infield hits the Rays have. And even if Castro makes his play, Mullins is going to score. Little two-seam fastball running away from Chandler Simpson, his second hit tonight. And now he's a threat again to steal a second.
There's 40 infield hits tops in baseball, and it's not particularly close.
Chandler Simpson on that hit, he got down to first base in 4.04 seconds from the left side, which is so much faster than
and you know what? It brings his average down. There he goes, and this throw again skips to second. Something tells me that that you see guys work on that where you give the long hop.
That one looked more like intentional.
Yeah, didn't it?
Yes.
Huey?
But again, I just think it's the jumps. Because even if it's a perfect throw right on the money, there's no skip. Look how Simpson's already there. I mean, it wouldn't have been a bang-bang play.
We're in the third inning. There you have 3 stolen bases. Tanner Gordon is up throwing.
Chandler was going.
Oh, he was.
They definitely have a tell on Lorenzen. I mean, so the jumps.
Two and two on Palacios.
Lorenzen looking for a punch out right here. Palacios. Palacios, he strikes out 19% of the time.
Three and two. See what Warren Schaefer does here. It's just one of those nights that nothing seems to be working for Lorenzen. Kenny Piper coming up for his second plate appearance in the big leagues.
Well, you already have 3 walks for Lorenzen. He's at 65 pitches. Well, you know the Rockies bullpen is well rested after Kyle Freeland threw a complete game yesterday.
That's foul.
There are a couple people short out there.
Yeah, with trades.
With the trades,
Victor Vodnik going to Miami, and
no
Senza on his way to Milwaukee.
Yeah, with the trade of Brenton Doyle, I saw Jordan Beck in the dugout a little bit ago. He made it here.
Yeah, Jordan just called up from Albuquerque. Left center field. There's some wind out there. Jake McCarthy, wow, he had to almost do a 40-yard dash to get to that baseball. Initially, he thought it was in fairly deep left center field.
Like he's shaking his head because he's looking up at the flags right now, and they're blowing directly in from center field. Just to give you an idea of how much the wind is going when it goes above a certain height. It gets very fast. Wind speed at over 90 feet is around 17 miles an hour.
Kind of cool things off. I know you dealt with, we'd love to kid you, but it got up to 123 degrees in your little camera well position yesterday. Huey's down there today.
It's a beautiful night.
Yeah, it was 89 degrees at first pitch. Huey was going to put on a jacket, actually.
Well, I thought about it, and then I thought about an umbrella, a Brock umbrella hat, whatever it may be, but no. I'm just down here with a little bit of iced tea and watching a ball game.
There you go.
Huey was actually scheduled to be in the well yesterday, but having some seniority, he said, no. He said, Spilly, let the kid do it.
I walked in the door, and my wife was like, what is that smell? He's like, it's me.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little bit of TMI with you at times.
And she also said, by the way, take out the trash.
And put yourself, it's like the Grouch, get in there and pull the lid over.
Yeah. Like the Mets fan yelled at me not to shower. My wife said, definitely get in the shower.
2-2, and that's lifted foul.
Billy, what'd you have it at? 123?
Yeah. 123 was the max that we got.
Oh. You're a trooper for staying down here for that long.
It was fine.
I had to call an audible and said I'm out.
Stacy just texted me. She said she's going to build an outdoor shower for you. 2-2 inside, 3-2. Well hit, Freeman near the track and the wall will bring it in to end the inning. Another run for Tampa. They've scored in all 3 runs. When we come back, Kyle Freeland will join us in the Rockies dugout. Rough early. Rockies down 7-0 as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Rockies will have Tovar and then McCarthy and Karros as promised. Kyle Freeland joins us from the Rockies dugout, and I know he did it yesterday. Spilly on the field did it, but man, congratulations. And I know I speak for the entire region in purple. That was so much fun to watch, Kyle.
Yeah, it was a fun time. I appreciate it. You know, special day yesterday. Finally getting that CG under the belt.
I mean, 251 starts, and you've been close before. And yesterday was not a hitter-friendly. Well, it wasn't a pitcher-friendly environment. It was the ball was flying. How were you able to do it?
Yeah, it's about as complete opposite that you can get for pitcher-friendly. Yeah, no, I mean it was fun out there competing with Sully. You know, we were same page from the get-go. Had a good game plan going in, and we just got in that groove and started going, especially there after the 2nd inning.
You're always one of the leaders as far as, maybe the beer shower or something happened after the game. Did they do anything for you, the boys?
I did get beer showered after the game.
Nice.
My first one since my rookie year. So, yeah, it was. I'm used to being the one pushing someone in a cart into the showers and getting the boys going. But yeah, no, I was the one in the cart yesterday, so that was pretty cool.
You've had so many great moments in your hometown uniform, and everybody knows the story, and it's so special. But you had a lot of great moments, and I think back to the first one. You announced your arrival against the Dodgers in 2017, and then oh boy, this is tanked to deep left center field, and it'll flip, baby. Ezekiel Tovar goes deep, and the Rockies put a point on the board.
You get runs when I'm on the mic, boys.
Yes, you do.
Well, put the mic down. Go give Tovar a big hug, because this is a big swing for Ezekiel.
Yeah.
9th home run of the season for Tovar. It's been a grind. And I hope he keeps his purple raincoat on for a little bit longer than normal.
The jacket looks good on him.
I hope he wears it more often.
Yeah, absolutely. Last homer, and this is going to be handled at first by Aranda. Last homer, July 6th for Tovey.
For Tovar, comes on the changeup, the one that nobody can hit. For Tovar, he says, I can get it. Just releases the barrel. It's going up against some traffic, too, with the wind blowing. He just kept it low. Nice reaction from Kyle.
We've seen that reaction plenty of times. So, Free, I was asking you, so many great moments. 2018, I still get a little angry. You should have finished higher than 4th in the Cy Young Award, 2.80 ERA here. But where does yesterday rank in all the wonderful moments you've had and games you've had in uniform?
It's definitely up there. I don't know exactly where it ranked. I've had some special moments throughout my career with the Rockies on the mound. But no, yesterday being able to get my first CG and it was Sully's first CG as well behind the dish. Couldn't have done it without him. It was a very very special day. But it definitely ranks up there as one of the favorite days on the mound.
It was an emotional day for you. I was watching you walk off. I mean, just a sense of pride and accomplishment, but also today was emotional seeing some of your teammates moving on, Brenton Doyle, and something that you spent a lot of time with in Antonio Senzatella. What was that relationship like, and were you proud of seeing him getting traded to the Brewers?
Yeah, I'm very proud of Senz. We've been together for 12 straight years now. First met him in Low A, and we've been together ever since. Up till today. He's an incredible human being, has an incredible family, one of my favorite teammates I've ever had. He's truly one of my brothers out here on the diamond, and yeah, I'm so excited that he gets to go to Milwaukee and play some very very meaningful baseball over the next 2 months and get some playoff baseball under his belt and get that taste of that again. So I'm excited for him, and I'm excited to watch him continue to do his thing as a reliever.
And by the way, I want to inject, this obviously. He said the exact same thing about you. He said it multiple times to the media in the dugout when he met with everyone. He said, "That's my brother."
Gringo brother.
Yeah, he said that too.
That's what he said.
He said that is my brother.
Yeah.
Hey,
No.
Kyle, what was today like for you and Ashley as you're sitting around and your name's been out there? What was the emotion like for you two?
Yeah, it's interesting. You never know what's going to happen. You never know when a phone call is going to be going to the front office and things are going to start going. And we were aware that my name was out there a little bit, and obviously free agent after this season. It's kind of unsettling. You don't know what's going to happen. You could be staying here. You could be moving somewhere else, which you have no idea. So it's a little unsettling throughout the day. But we woke up, hung out. I came to the ballpark, and we just waited for the deadline. Obviously, nothing happened. But yeah, it's kind of a weird feeling when these days, these weird trade deadline days come up.
We're glad you're still here,
bud.
We're all glad you're here. Hey,
so.
Freak, great job yesterday. Continued success, man.
Appreciate it, guys.
Tovar goes deep. Rockies on the board as we go to the fourth.
2026 is full of special theme dates for everyone. Star Wars, Harry Potter, Grateful Dead, Fate Day, Denver Sport crossovers, and University Nights are back. Visit Rockies.com/themes for information.
Well done, Spilly. Tanner Gordon's going to take over in the fourth, and that is a soft liner caught by Willie Castro. And Yandy Diaz on one pitch is retired.
Yeah, rough one for Michael Lorenzen. 75 pitches to get through 3 innings, 7 earned runs, 3 walks, a home run in there. And for Tanner Gordon, I mean, anytime you get a long reliever like Tanner Gordon up twice, you have to come in the game.
Jonathan Aranda is 2 for 2 in the game. He came in 11 for his previous 60. He takes a strike.
This guy can hit. Wait till you, I mean, you see certain guys where you see the setup and plate discipline.
The other dugout is that when you throw out the line, Spilly, he looks hitterish.
Yes, this guy looks very hitterish, and he's a great hitter. He has a special relationship with Alejandro Kirk with the Toronto Blue Jays. They're both from Tijuana.
This is hitting the air to right center field. Carrick has a beat on it. 2 outs. I'm going to bring up Junior Caminero. He had a 2-run home run to deep right center, his first at bat, and then hit a chopper that Tovar came and got and turned into Huey a nifty 6.43. Right? It was underrated.
Nifty, exactly. Yeah, had to come get that, get it on the short hop. So if he sits back, you don't get that double play.
This kid's 3rd in the American League in OPS at .917. Everyone looking up at Yordan Alvarez in every category. Oh boy, he just hit another. My goodness. That's his 32nd home run. This guy is some kind of strong.
The Rockies have Hunter Goodman. The Rays have Junior Caminero. He is some sort of hitter. Just the bat speed he creates. He's near the top of baseball in bat speed, and when he gets a hanger, he does not miss it on the AutoNation Subaru pitchcast. Little slider up.
His bat speed, Billy, is 79.8 miles an hour. That's the average. That is #1 in baseball as Mullins pops it up. Castro makes the catch in the inning. A 442-foot home run from Caminero makes it 8-1.
The Jimenez family.
Colorado Rockies baseball is presented by UC Health, the official healthcare partner of the Colorado Rockies. By the Colorado Lottery, play the new 150th birthday scratch from the Colorado Lottery. And by Amazon, spend less on your kids for back to school. Putting a little Mickey Moniak jersey together.
Nice. We're expecting an announcement of the extension at some point, probably tomorrow.
That's awesome. Good for Mickey and his family. His family's about to expand in the offseason from 2 to 3. Hunter Goodman struck out on a changeup his first time. Ball and a strike on Hunter.
I think we might have the two premier guys as far as their swings and how hard they swing in Junior and Hunter.
They're up there, right?
Well, and just kind of the leg kick, the coil, everything about it.
This is a huge chopper that is foul.
To your point, Huey, both guys, they create that stretch. So once they get that leg kick, then their hands and their feet walk away from each other, and they create that almost like a rubber band as far as you can stretch it, and then they release all the power from the ground through the bat, and then it goes a long way.
He went to the four-seam fastball, and he beat Hunter there. 4 strikeouts for Ian Seymour. Native of Madison, Connecticut. He grew up in Massachusetts, and then went on to Virginia Tech. Where he got his biology degree. Here's Moniak.
He's one of those guys, Seymour is, where the strikeout rate's over 28% now, which if he's qualified, it's over 75 innings pitched. He's top 10 in the American League in punch-outs in that percentage. And he's not overpowering. I mean, that fastball is 92. It's what happens when you have an elite changeup.
They do a really good job of identifying craftsmen in the middle rounds in terms of pitchers. I mean, this kid was a 2nd-round pick, but you see a lot of examples of guys they draft in the middle rounds. I think a kid at my son Zach's school, Josh Fleming, they took in the 5th round. He was pitching in the World Series like 2 years later. Had some good seasons for them. They find guys.
Well, they also have the best pitching coach in baseball, Kyle Snyder.
Now, he has that reputation. He's so well thought of. Spilly, what do you think comprises that?
Well, I've talked to the Rays about it time and time again, and Kyle understands what the metrics are. He also understands what the organization is trying to do as far as trying to get a player to use a certain pitch more. But if you talk to him, he comes from a place of love. There's Kyle, and he's huge. He's 6'8".
So you listen to him when he talks.
You listen to him when he talks, but he really does. He pours himself into the player, so you get buy-in. So players really believe when Snyder has something for you, that it's well thought out.
And Mickey goes down on the changeup. That's 5 strikeouts for Ian Seymour.
Well, his changeup, he really turns it over. You'll see his hand pronate. Hand speed is just excellent with it. 81 miles an hour. That's at 11 and 12 mile an hour difference between the fastball and the changeup, which you just can't protect as a hitter. You can't protect 10 miles of separation.
Castro a triple his first time. He came the second inning with 1 out. Unfortunately, the Rockies couldn't get him in. Only run for the Rockies came on a 3rd inning Ezekiel Tovar homer. Palacios completes the play, and the Rockies go in order in the 4th, 8-1. Rays out in front. Orbit Cam is presented by York Space Systems. Well, the Rays have scored in every inning, 2 in the first, 4 in the second, single runs in the 3rd and 4th. Second inning of work for Tanner Gordon. And his first pitch to Victor Mesa Jr. misses, ball 1. Rays came in first in the American League East by 2.5 over the Yankees. The Red Sox, the hottest team the last month in baseball, are 5 back. And the Rays are going to get Shane McClanahan back in about 2 weeks. I don't know what his date was that he went on the 15-day IL. It's kind of a little bit of what they're calling a minor back issue, but they think it's going to be the minimum time spent on the injured list. Left center field pretty well struck. And McCarthy on the edge of the track. 1 out. Chandler Simpson coming up. Let's get a message from Bet365.
Did you win?
Let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas.
Bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets.
So here's Chandler Simpson, 2 for 2 in the game. And he swings at the first pitch and hits it to McCarthy.
Well, you mentioned where the Rays are in the division, Drew, and I think that's part of the reason why they made some of the trades. You know, last year they were 77 and 85. But the Yankees without Aaron Judge, you know, has helped that case a little bit.
And they're also, Huey, they're really good against their brethren in the American League East. They have the best record inside the division. Better than Boston in the division, better than the Yankees. So a lot of moves today, Spilly, and I know you were doing your show with CJ today, and we'll talk more about this next inning, as this is a soft liner grab by Castro. But a lot of deals today, as is typical of trade deadline day, and a lot of big names changing teams. 8-1 Rays.
A century.
So here's some of the notable names that changed teams. The biggest name on the market was Tarek Skubal. Saturday night, he went to the Dodgers. Adley Rutschman inside the division for a prospect haul from the Red Sox, the former 1-1 of the Baltimore Orioles. Spilly, you were doing this all day. Was there 1 or 2 deals that either caught you by surprise in the return or where they went?
Probably the Adley deal was the biggest one, just because there wasn't a lot of catchers available on the market. And the return for Baltimore was pretty substantial for 1 more year of Adley. He's a free agent not after this season, but in 2 years. And he was on the IL. He's hurt.
They got 5 guys for him.
The one thing we all know with prospects is this is rifled into left field, a base hit for Tyler Freeman. is all prospects are also suspects until they do it at the big league level.
It's 100% accurate. We were looking at some of the numbers. We'll take a look at the swing for Tyler Freeman. Second hit given up by Seymour on the changeup. Freeman had a chance in the second inning to have a quality at bat, try to score a runner from third with less than 2 outs, popped out, so feels a little bit better getting a single.
This ball is to deep left by Johnston, and it is foul. That would have been interesting if it were fair, because Chandler Simpson had to bail out, and it was fouled by probably a foot.
Might have bounced out of play.
That too.
But yeah, to your point, with some of these prospects getting traded, we looked at the last 15 years of some of these big market names that were pitchers that were traded, or a high position player, and oftentimes the prospects don't make it.
I think people always point to, well, when Javi Baez went from the Cubs for a rental to the Mets, they got PCA back. Well,
that doesn't happen too often.
That does not happen very frequently, where you look back and go, wow.
I remember when the Rockies traded Ubaldo for 2 #1 picks.
Yeah, it was Alex White was part of that.
Yeah, Drew Pomeranz.
Drew ended up having a nice career, but it was more out of the pen.
Yeah.
And at the time, you know, Drew was a really well thought of starting pitching prospect, as was Alex White. Johnston goes down. That's 6 strikeouts for Seymour. Here comes Ezequiel Tovar.
His last at bat, he hits a home run, and we'll give him the StatCast treatment. 1-4 off the bat, 398 feet. It was important that he kept the ball from getting too high in the air because there's some traffic upstairs. This is the 9th home run of the year for Tovey.
I'll tell you, this is not a surprise because everybody always waits for it. What will A.J. Preller do? Well, this year, the Rockies just played the Padres out west, and they have a 2-man rotation, and they were going bullpen day 3 days, literally 3 out of 5 days. He goes and gets, as this is ripped center, so good for Tovar. Nothing else positive right now is happening for the Rockies. Seeing him square up a couple of baseballs, a great side. We're talking about the Padres. They go get Robbie Ray from the Giants, and they go get Casey Mize from Detroit. We'll talk about that in a second.
They added 2 nice arms. Well, Tovey, this might be the breakout game he's needed. Much better with the leg kick. He's been trying to figure out, is he want to do toe tap, get the foot down early. There's Kyle Snyder. Go over exactly what he wants to do with Jake McCarthy right here.
I like the hand positioning though too, Billy. You know, you talk about, hey, is it a toe tap, leg, but his hands, there's not an extra movement in them, and I think that's what's been happening.
Well, you can get up to 50% off Rockies.tv today through August 9th. Stream every Rockies game for the rest of the season for just $17.99. Sign up today at Rockies.com/watch. Tell them Drew sent you.
Padres, though, much better right now than they were 24 hours ago.
No question.
Jake McCarthy 0 for 2. And Jake, oh man, did he get robbed. Palacios at the very top of his leap. That came off the bat at 101 miles an hour. That ain't right.
No, it's the Xfinity defensive play of the game because that might have scored a run, but also nice little read from Tyler Freeman at second base because very easily he could take off and get doubled up. Ian Seymour loved it.
2 outs, 2 odd. Karros checked his swing. Alex McKay checks with crew chief Alan Porter to get the safe side.
And that hand speed from Seymour with the changeup is just, that's a really, really good changeup. He sells it with the hand speed. It looks like he's about to throw a fastball. He's just pulling the string.
That's going to drop. Base hit for Karros. Freeman will score. And going first to third is Tovar. And it is 8-2. 40th ribby for Kyle Karros.
Nice little adjustment for Kyle Karros. Gets the changeup. So back-to-back changeups. This time it's off the end of the bat. He's probably trying to let it travel. And this time he has a little bit more margin for error. Rockies have had a couple hits now from the right side against Seymour's changeup. There's 3 of them.
Cole Carrick has one. Cole 1 for 2, single to center and a strikeout. It has been said before that the pitch that is affected least by altitude is the changeup.
Yes, you saw with Michael Wacha on Friday, his changeup was ridiculous.
It also shows you what you can do with just a fastball changeup combination.
But it has to have that separation of 9 to 12 miles an hour.
No, and you're 100% right. But I'm just thinking for, you know, when we're teaching kids or teaching high school, whoever it may be, because they all want to throw this special slider curveball. Hey, learn a good changeup.
Yeah, that's every hitter will tell you. Every major league hitter. I mean, in a changeup for me could be a split.
Yeah, however you throw it. I'm not saying, you know, it could be a circle change too. Doesn't matter.
One and two on Cole.
Now the reason why I don't think so many people love to throw the changeup, it's a hard pitch to develop. It takes time because it truly is. It's a field pitch, and when you're throwing it in a bullpen, you can't really see the movement. So I think part of it is kids like to throw the cool curveball or slider because they can see it move. You can't see a changeup move. And there's no way to know if your changeup's good until you throw it in the game.
And then if it gets hit one time, you're like, nope. Yeah, I'm in. That's it. You would say the same thing if you threw a curveball and they hit it.
2 and 2 on Carrick. And Cole goes down. The bat goes down as well. A run in the inning. Tyler Freeman scored on the base hit by Karros. Colorado Rockies baseball is presented by UC Health, the official healthcare partner of the Colorado Rockies, and by York Space Systems. Colorado built satellites powering the economy, defending the nation, and connecting our world. An overcast day and a little bit of light rainfall during batting practice this afternoon. Rockies in the 6th inning trailing 8-2. Tanner Gordon, 3rd inning of work. And he gets a pop-up from Piper. So 1 gone. And that'll bring up Taylor Walls. Walls, a 2-run single and a fly ball to deep right. And he puts a bunt down. And out at first. That's a good play by Gordon.
That was his only option. He had to bound off the mound. And then I like how he picked it up just bare hand.
They just don't have much time. There's nothing Kyle Karros can do to get to this baseball. So you'll see it sits down and just a quick fire from Tanner Gordon.
Yandy Diaz batting over 300 coming in. That's kind of rare these days.
Aren't there only 2 guys in the American League over 300?
There's only 2 qualified players in the American League over 300 starting today. 5 in the National League. And 7 overall is a really low number. Look, you go back just 11 years ago, 20 qualified. Back in 2000, 50 guys hit 300. It's just a different game now.
It is a different game. OPS is far more important now than batting average, but then you have somebody like Yordan Alvarez who's going for a triple crown, and he's hitting, I think, over 330. I got to look at the recent numbers, but he's insane. So yeah, Yordan's hit 331.
That 0-2 is going to be challenged by Hunter.
The pitch is called, they call.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. And Hunter wins another one. And that's all for Yandy Diaz. 1-2-3 inning for Tanner Gordon in the 6th. Rays 8, Rockies 2.
/suites.
The Dodgers and all their talent come to Coors Field August 17th through the 19th for a 3-game series. Don't miss one of baseball's biggest division matchups under the Denver summer sky. Grab your tickets now at Rockies.com/tickets.
Hunter Goodman will lead off in the 6th inning. Just had a special inning for us up here, and Huey, I'll share with you. We were chatting about this earlier, but you know, we all on a literally almost on a daily basis will tell George Frazier stories. We miss Georgie so much, and George's oldest son Brian is an executive with Walmart, was in town. He just came up with a few of his buddies to visit. It was awesome to see him. And Frazier, always thinking about you, brother.
Yes, indeed.
This is popped up and also, fortunately, out of play. Well, Hunter's been on a tear at 20th and Blake.
And you knew it was a matter of time. I mean, the first 35 games, we could not put our finger on what the heck was going on. 197 batting average and 689 OPS. And then Hunter started to do Hunter things. 1,200 OPS, 8 home runs last 15 games. I think part of it, maybe, I don't know, would you see Huey's, the effort level with the swing at Coors is much more drawn down.
Yeah, and I think that's where, you know, in the first part of the season, he was just over-efforting.
He's still got a Major League best 18 road homers. Last year he had 18 road homers of the 31 he hit. He has not liked his encounters with Ian Seymour, though. 0 for 3, 3 punch-outs.
That's his 8th punch-out, and this changeup. Changeup really is. I mean, that's a ridiculous pitch on the AutoNation Subaru PitchCast. I was looking up for the Tampa Bay Rays because even when you look at some of the traits and some of the players that they have on their roster, they lead baseball in changeup usage.
This guy certainly ups the percentages. Came in with 90 strikeouts and 78 in the 3rd. So it's not just the Rockies, folks. In fact, he struck out 12 Yankees at 5 1/3 a month ago.
And the Rays have done this several years ago. You go back to 2022. The Rays found curveballs. That was the pitch that they wanted for their pitchers. So they started trading for guys that had good curveballs. And now they're trading for changeups.
This ball's pretty well hit left center field by Mickey. He's going to get to run quite a bit here. He's eyeballing it. It's in front of him, and he's going to long stride it to 3rd with a triple. Second triple of the night for the Rockies. Castro had one earlier. Willie will come up and try to drive him in now.
For triple of the year for Mickey Moniak. He gets a little off-speed pitch away. I love that he uses the off-field gap. That's one of the best ways for lefties when you're going left on left. And Mickey doesn't get a lot of starts against lefties. Sitting 208. Good swing adjustment, first 2 at-bats. Not much success off Seymour. Now the Rockies have to cash this one in. Huey, have you had a chance to ask any of the players about the changeup?
Not yet. They're all, they have that look about them that I don't want to talk right now. You know what that look is, right, Billy? Because that pitch has been so successful.
This lands harmlessly on the warning track at foul ground.
He's got a 40% whiff rate on the changeup tonight.
Mickey with that triple has reached in 12 straight ball games. Getting a rare start against a lefty tonight as well. Told you earlier, lefties have fared better against Seymour than righties. Well, it feels like a big deficit. Yeah, 6 runs is significant. And they haven't done much against Seymour, but you cash this in. It's still the 6th inning.
You know what they do in the 7th and 8th in particular.
Strange environment for Coors Field. It's windy, wind's blowing in, big dark cloud.
Seymour has 9 strikeouts now. It'll be left to Tyler Freeman.
This time he goes with the slider, but it's elevated enough. And one of the worst places to be as a hitter is when you just can't pick up the fastball, you're not picking up the changeup, and then you get a backup slider. I think I've heard several bats broken
Yeah,
tonight.
there's it's been more than one person too. It's kind of been universal tonight. It's not a bat, it might be a helmet, might be a few choice words.
Ball and a strike on Freeman. He singled in the 5th inning and would come around to score on a base hit by Karros. Rockies swept the Royals over the weekend. Their longest winning streak this year is 4 games. They're trying to, or are trying to match that tonight. Last year they opened the season down in Tampa.
That was at George Steinbrenner Field.
That was there, yeah, the spring training home of the Yankees. They're back at the Trop. And we believe, right, Spilly, that a new stadium is coming in Tampa.
Yeah, it is. It's right where George Steinbrenner Field is. That's right where they're going to put that brand new stadium.
Two on Freeman.
Yeah, I've seen some of the renderings. It's really important for Tampa Bay Rays, especially with how well run this organization is. There, just to get a stadium that will be able to draw fans to that area. It's right. It'll be right next to where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers play football.
This ball's pretty well hit left center field by Freeman. And the wind's going to hold it up and allow Simpson to make the catch. Triple for Moniak. He's stranded at 3rd. Orbit Cam is presented by York Space Systems. With Ryan Spilborgs, Jeff Houston, I'm Drew Goodman. Monday night, 1st to 3, Rockies and Rays. Rays jumped out to a big lead early, 2 in the 1st, 4 in the 2nd, single runs in the 3rd and 4th. They're up 8-2. Tanner Gordon, 4th inning of work. Michael Lorenzen, rough outing, 3 innings, 7 runs, 7 hits, 3 walks.
That's kind of what Tanner does when he comes into the ball game. Not many pitches thrown so far.
It's very efficient.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? He's got 21 pitches. This is going to drop in front of Freeman. Good backhand play on the short hop to make sure that didn't go to the wall. So a single for Aranda, and that'll bring up Caminero. Well, it's time for the Coors Banquet. Start your legacy. This kid has quite a legacy already. He's just 23. Highest OPS for third baseman since June 1st. He's chasing Kyle Karros. How about that?
Yeah, when I saw that, I was a little bit surprised. I was like, wow, let's go, Kyle.
He has 2 homers tonight. He almost dislocated Huey his left arm on that swing.
Yeah,
though.
that just hurt me just watching. That's why he's shaking it out too. It's like, oh, ought to be young.
Yeah, some guys, I'll let you guys explain it. Some guys can fly the top hand as part of their swing, and other guys, I think it hurts the shoulder. Thoughts on that, Spilly?
I mean, you got to be very flexible to be able to do it. I was always taught 2-hand finish, but in the case of Caminero, because he creates so much bat speed, it makes sense why that right hand flies off. Jeez.
That's going to end up in the upper deck, believe it or not. Most home runs of at least 420 feet in the league this year. Caminero 15. He has a couple tonight. Hunter is third behind Caminero and Alvarez. 1-2, and Tovey bobbles, no play. And Hop came up on him late. So an error on Tovar.
We had that little sense as soon as you saw it kick up. Took a little bit of a harder hop than I think Tovar was expecting. It hits the heel of his glove, and then he can't find it.
That's the hardest one too when you're moving laterally, because you really can't see that last small hop.
And that's going to sneak through, and it's going to drive in Aranda. A base hit for Mullins, and going first to third is Caminero. And on the throw to third, moving up is Mullins. That's how Tampa plays.
And take advantage of every single one of your mistakes. And for Cedric Mullins, he does not profile as a normal cleanup hitter, but in this Rays offense makes a lot of sense.
(9-2), Victor Mesa Jr. And I don't think this is deep enough. If it's caught, it's not going to be caught. It was caught.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a play by Freeman. Again, a ton of wind up there, folks. And Tyler had to come sprinting in and lay out. And he did catch that. The glove was already on the grass, so they're going to take a look at it. Alec Porter's the crew chief.
Tampa Bay is challenging the call of a catch.
I'm not sure why they're doing that. Looked like a clean catch.
Well, this call under review is presented by Dial Pad. Yeah, he caught that.
Well, we were talking about the wind and where it was coming from, and with the infield in, because that's normally a ball that Willie would go get.
Yeah, and Junior Spilly Caminero came down the line for an inexplicable reason. He should have just stayed tagged because
he probably would have been able to score.
Right, when Freeman laid out.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. It is a catch. Tampa Bay will lose their challenge.
Yeah, for Tyler, I mean, he's basically, it's like the defensive version of a Hail Mary.
Here's Chandler Simpson, 2 for 3. The infield does come in. Rockies down by 7 runs. And Simpson fouls this off. Chandler's an interesting story. He's from the Atlanta area. Went to UAB and then on to Georgia Tech. He had over 400 his last year at Georgia Tech. And he puts this in play to center field. This is going to get a run home. Carrick will show off the arm. It's cut off. And a 10 spot for Tampa. Sac fly for Simpson. He's driven in 2 tonight.
Yeah, it's the second sacrifice fly for Tampa Bay.
Single walk and a little flare to second for Palacios.
And the wind keeps picking up more and more speed.
Here's Tanner's 0-2. Heaters up at 94. It's 1-2. And the strikeout will end the inning. 2 more runs in the 7th for Tampa Bay. They have been struggling offensively, but like this kid, they're not missing the baseball tonight.
Long. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Colorado Rockies and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Colorado Rockies.
Tough night for the Rockies so far as we go to the bottom of the 7th. They're down 10-2. Troy Johnston will lead it off. Ian Seymour's evening is complete. He gives way to Michael Grove.
The Rockies are going to be happy to see Ian Seymour out of the game.
And that is line to right. It's fair. And Troy Johnston's going to have a leadoff double. Good for Troy. He's been frustrated a little bit lately. Into some hard outs. So once again, if you missed it today, the trade deadline came at 6 Eastern, and the Rockies moved Brent Doyle to Chicago. Mason Adams is not far from being a big leaguer, and he would be the first guy you see. The other thing, it's kind of a lottery ticket. That kid they got, Carlos Vilma, he's 16 and he hit like 8,000 down in the Dominican, and great plate discipline, power already.
Yeah, maybe he'll be the next Yordan. I mean, that's what happened with Yordan Alvarez when they traded Josh Fields. The Dodgers did.
I just love that the organization did that. Okay, look, we're going to look in the low minor leagues in the DSL. This is line also to right. Tovar's 3 for 3. A stop sign for Troy Johnston given the deficit. And you said it in his last at bat that maybe this is the day that Tovar has a breakout and gets the offensive mojo back, Billy.
Well, it's looking like this because we have not seen Tovar take a fastball away from him and just rifle it to right field.
His first multi-hit game since July 3rd.
One of the prospects that the Rockies traded for. Mason Adams. Here's a look. It's a low arm slot. Has good carry. They said he has multiple weapons with his off speed. And he'll go to AAA. Kind of get a sense for him in Albuquerque. A lot of the trade that the Rockies received, a guy like Connor Norby, a lot of these guys we heard are going to go to AAA first, Albuquerque, kind of get their feet established. But as we heard from Paul DePodesta, they feel like a lot of the players that they made moves for are big leaguers and will be in Colorado soon enough.
Jake McCarthy's owed a hit. He got flat rocked his last time up. Leaping catch by Richie Palacios on a ball he hit 101 miles an hour.
I don't think Richie can jump any higher than he did.
One ball, one strike. Mark Manfredi, left-handed bullpen arm the Rockies got from Milwaukee. He's one of those guys, as Spilly alluded to, is going to, this ball's well hit to right, should be a sac fly. And Johnston will score. 63rd RBI for McCarthy, but he's going to Albuquerque. This guy punches tickets from the left side. We know the Rockies need somebody other than Bernardino down there. Brennan's done everything, but he needs some company, doesn't he, on the left side?
I'm sure he'd like to have a friend.
Well, he's different too. Different arm slot, everything than Brennan. So it's nice to have two guys out there, but they're different styles of pitchers too.
Tovar at first, Karros at the plate. Two one. Good take. Dirt ball. Tovar. Got there.
A little bit closer than what Toby wanted. He got in there though.
Yeah, Kenny Powers Piper put a rock in. Yeah, ball kicked off, and then Kenny just threw a laser down to second base. That was really close. Great read from Tovar.
Three one. Peter for a strike. 3-2.
The pitch is called a strike. The batter is challenging.
Kyle Karros going to challenge that. Kyle's, I think, 3 for 3 of late at the plate when he challenges, and now he
The call
is
is confirmed. Colorado has one
3-1.
challenge remaining.
For Michael Grove, just coming back from AAA, he's been on the IL multiple times with the shoulder, coming back from shoulder surgery.
This is a base hit to left. Tovar gets a green light from Andy Gonzalez. He'll score. Karros with his second ribby of the night. And it's 10-4.
As soon as the Rockies got Ian Seymour out of the game, they're taking much better swings against Michael Grove. It's good to see Tovar coming around and Rockies taking advantage of some opportunities on this Auto Nation Subaru pitchcast. Little cut fastball on a 3-2 count.
Cole Carrig, his first AB from the left side. Strike one on Cole. Single and a couple of strikeouts with Ian Seymour. Carrick yesterday had 3 hits. Saturday, he walked 3 times. Veteran left-hander Steven Matz now throwing in Tampa's pen. Cole lifts this to deep right. Got a chance. It is caught. That's not right. Wow. Leaping catch by Victor Mesa Jr.
I thought this had a chance, especially with the wind blowing in. It creates a jet stream out to right. Mason gets back to the wall. Man, I almost thought for a second he trapped it, and he didn't. Great catch from Victor Mesa. That's a heck of an effort.
And it seems to me like you don't see, we've only seen a million games here, you don't see many leaping catches with the scoreboard. And Spill, you played out there a little bit. There's like too many things going on,
There's
right?
a lot of things going on. And I mean, you have chain link, pad. It's a good play.
Would have been a homer in 24 out of the 30 ballparks. This ball to left field is going to stay in the ballpark, and Hunter's going to fly out to left. The Rockies get a couple of runs in the inning. Troy Johnston, Ezekiel Tovar come around. Colorado Rockies baseball is presented by the Colorado Lottery. Play the new 150th birthday scratch from the Colorado Lottery by Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. And by UC Health, the official healthcare partner of the Colorado Rockies. 8th inning. Tanner Gordon still out there. Came on in the 4th. Kenny Piper. First day in the big leagues. And Liam Hicks is going to arrive tomorrow from Miami. So this may be one and you get sent back out for Piper. But he's making his major league debut. He walked and scored a run back in the 2nd. Fly ball to left, fly ball to right. For the 28-year-old catcher.
Well, Hicks will probably catch Freddie Peralta, too.
It's going to be an all-new battery. That's what it looks like tomorrow. It looks like fastball Freddie will start tomorrow night.
Yeah, where he made his major league debut.
Right here.
Yeah.
What did he punch out? 12? 14?
Yeah, I think it was 10, 12, somewhere in that range.
Enough.
Enough.
He struck out
it
enough.
Yes.
He drove up from Colorado Springs or
With
drove
mom,
down,
with mom and dad.
whichever way you want to call it.
His parents were in town in Colorado Springs to watch him pitch.
For the Brewers. AAA.
This may be playable for Troy Johnston. It is.
Stay in the know all season long. Get Rockies news, exclusive pre-sales, and ticket offers with Rockies alerts. Text Rockies to 974-475 today.
One on Taylor Walls, product of Florida State. Baseball Reference has him as a 2.5 WAR player, despite the fact that he has not hit a homer this year and came in hitting .212, all because of his defense.
Defense and stolen bases. He has 16 stolen bases, and his defense is off the charts.
Second hit of the night for Walls. That'll bring up Yandy Diaz. Yandy's 0 for 3 in a sac fly. He's the only Ray ever to, Jeff Houston, win a batting title. Castro is going to have to go to first.
Well, that's not surprising because he can rake. Not there, but he can.
That ball came off the bat at 104 miles an hour. He has not missed an arm day since high school.
Well, you could do that when you're DHing.
There's an old friend of ours who was a scout in the Rockies organization who was similar, and I remember when he walked, whenever he misses line to right center field, pick up that story to second, Aranda's going to bring in Walls on a double, and it's 11-4.
That is a 4-hit night for Jonathan Aranda, and he was struggling coming into this series offensively. He's a really good hitter. Just a simple swing, simple approach. Got the changeup from Tanner Gordon, and you see he just releases the barrel. It's kind of a hit magnet. It's his 116th hit on the season.
Junior Caminero, a couple of home runs. He has scored 3 runs, driven in 3. So anyhow, whenever Walt would see this particular scout, he said, "Charms, Justin Armstead." Towering fly ball, deep right center field. Now the wind's got it. Here comes Cole back toward the infield a couple of steps. That will end the inning. Another run for Tampa.
When she looks my way.
Well, it's tacos, fans. When the Rockies score 7 or more, go to participating Colorado Taco Bell locations the next day. Do it between 4 and 6 to get your Rockies taco special with Moss at Taco Bell. Triple last time up for Mickey Moniak. Michael Grove, second inning of work. Rockies got 2 off him last inning. Once again, if you didn't hear, Mickey and his representatives, they're putting the finishing touches on a 2-year deal that'll keep Mickey with the Rockies. Mickey had 1 more year of arbitration, then would have been a free agent. This ball hammered deep right field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. 18th big fly for Mickey.
Let's get another. We're going to see at least 2 more years of this. And for Mickey Moniak, he continues to do damage. He gets right-handed pitching. For Moniak, that is his 16th home run off a righty this year. And it was a no-doubter. 93-mile-an-hour cut fastball coming in. 104, second deck going out.
Here's Willie Castro. Willie has a triple in 3 at-bats. And Huey, most of Mickey's home runs are no-doubters.
Exactly.
The pitch is called a strike. The catcher or the batter is challenged.
So we're going to get an ABS challenge here by Willie. And it was at the bottom of the
call
zone.
is confirmed. Colorado has exhausted its allotment of challenges for the remainder of regulation.
Oh, that was
Alex McCabe using
exhausted allotment.
Expanded vocabulary tonight.
Wow, that's harsh. He's not wrong, but that's.
It's the bouncer to first. Spilly, that means that the Rockies are out of challenges.
I want to start using allotment on stuff around the house. What's your allotment of questions to me today? And
and you want to know what? Stacy's exhausted her patience with any allotment you may have.
This allotment of home runs goes over 400 feet into that second deck, 447 feet. Woo.
I wonder, speaking of the wind tonight, we haven't had one of these in a while. Tyler Freeman's swing in the 6th inning to deep left center. If this was a normal evening,
is a homer.
Man, he crushed that, didn't he? What were the,
it sounded like
what
it
were the
down
metrics
here.
on it? Billy, do you remember?
Stand by.
Stand by. We're standing by.
Yeah, hold your breath.
Close to our allotment of questions.
So you're talking about the fly ball to center field, Chandler Simpson. It came off the bat at 97 miles an hour.
What was the launch angle?
26.
This is on the ground to short. And Walls throws out Freeman for the 2nd out. Would have been out of 3 ballparks. Yeah.
All right, what are the 3?
I'm going to go Wrigley. I don't know. I'm getting help from Nick Helling in the truck. Well, now Nick's feeding me the answer. So
Well,
was
just
I
say
right
it
on
then.
Wrigley, Nick?
Just say it.
Wrigley was 1. Oracle Park.
And the Baker Bowl.
and the beautiful Baker Ball. No, City Field. That one kind of surprises me. Rockies get a homer from Mickey. That was a home run in every ballpark.
Ike.com to win.
Sweet special dates are limited, so now is the time to book. Catch the Rockies against the Cardinals, Padres, or Mariners from your own suite. Tickets start at $180 per person with catering included. Visit Rockies.com/suites to reserve your suite today.
One ball, one strike on Cedric Mullins. Well, once again, Tanner Gordon, in a game that got lopsided early, has saved the bullpen, Jeff Houston.
Well, it's tough role, too. I mean, because you never know when you're going to pitch. It's like, okay, how much work do I need to get on the side? I think that's the biggest challenge for any long reliever.
I mean, the thing is if you're trying to work on something, you got to work on it after a day after you probably did pitch multiple innings.
That's a tweener for Mullins, who can really fly, carrying a sliding stop to keep the baseball from the wall, but it's a double for Mullins. His 2nd hit of the night. He's been on 3 times.
Yeah, there's only been 2 innings tonight for the Rockies where a Ray has not been on base.
Well, they've scored 6 innings thus far. Victor Mesa Jr. leans on this to deep center. Carrick is going to make the catch right at the wall. Mullins will move up 90 feet. As Billy likes to say, Victor Mesa Jr. does not get to participate in the postgame spread.
He made some nice defensive plays, but he'll just be last.
Well, and he was robbed. Remember that time by the wonderful catch by Tyler Freeman. Sliding, diving catch.
That's right.
Did you review?
Yeah, Chandler Simpson is 2 for 3 and a sac fly. Chandler's at bats don't last long.
No.
He is super aggressive. One and one. Here's the 0-2. Strike 3 on Simpson. He's going to challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Nobody challenged Alex McKay the first 5 or 6 innings. Now there's been a flurry of challenges.
Tampa Bay has 1 remaining.
Yeah, and he's been right. All the challenges that people have had, they've lost to McKay. It was a good-looking slider from Tanner Gordon.
And you're right, that bat didn't last long. 3 pitches.
So Simpson done. And Richie Palacios, he's 1 for 3 and a walk. This is pulled foul. This one is pulled fair and into the seats. A home run for Palacios, his 5th of the year. And the 2-run homer makes it 13-5. For the last 7 games, the Rays had scored 11 runs. Tonight they have 13.
Well, hopefully the Rays just wear themselves out tonight and the Rockies still take a series. Just a fastball inside. Palacio beats him to it. I like it when Sully says he shortcuts him. 5th home run of the year for Palacios.
Kenny Piper in his major league debut is going to have his first major league hit. Well, good for Kenny Piper. We were talking about it earlier. He may only be in the big leagues for 24 hours. 28-year-old with a walk earlier and a run scored, and he could smile. He's got himself a base hit in what has been a huge night offensively for Tampa.
Yeah, we could celebrate it someone's first, and I was just watching the dugout of the Tampa Bay Rays because they were ecstatic for him.
Well, they even put it up on the big board here, too. Thought that was a really nice touch.
I mean, what a journey. 6 years in the minor leagues with the Rays. He was in Double-A as a 28-year-old catcher.
Walls skies this to right center. Freeman retreats, makes the catch. In the inning, 2-run home run, Richie Palacios. 13-5 Rays.
Hey, Kevin.
Well, to the bottom of the 9th inning we go, hoping for some Lodo magic, but we did just get to see some magic for a guy making his big league debut in Kenny Piper. However, Junior Caminero got the baseball.
He's doing his best bleacher bum impersonation from Wrigley Field, having some fun with his first major league hit, and somehow the ball ended up out here. It's magic.
Kelsey Winger, Corey Sullivan, get you guys ready for the post-game show presented by UC Health. A few good offensive nights, guys, but we're looking for some Lodo magic now.
Yeah, Kelsey, one of those good offensive nights. Ezekiel Tovar, homer and a couple of singles, 2 runs scored. See if Zeke can go 4 for 4.
He raised his average. He started 193 today. He's at 200. Casey Legamina into the game for the Tampa Bay Rays. Another reliever with a lot of changeups.
That's a 4-hit night for Tovar. And unless there's some miraculous turnaround, that's going to be the best part of the evening for the Rockies.
I mean, for us, we've been watching. It's been an absolute grind for Tovey. And you know he's been working his tail off. That leg kick, much better timing tonight. Seen him fighting his lower half.
Jake McCarthy with his first of the night. He's got himself a double as Tovar is going to come all the way around and is safe at the plate. Second RBI night for Jake McCarthy.
You know, the Rockies are going to play 27 outs. That's what they've done all season long. And for Jake McCarthy, he's hit the ball hard tonight. That's now his 23rd double. He's got, what, 63 RBIs now? I'm reading that
64.
Right. Wow.
Yeah. And a lot from the leadoff spot.
Kyle Karros takes ball one. Well, you know who really wants a shot at this guy? Twofold reason. I'm sure Hunter does. Twofold reason. One, because if he gets to this guy, Troy Johnston, means the Rockies are putting a heck of a rally together. Ooh.
Said every time, the hand is the scariest place for a hitter to get hit, because immediately your brain is telling you the worst.
I take it as a good sign that Spilly, he took some of his gear off using that hand just now.
You can
He's
see
got the pad on.
He does have a pad on it.
And it squared up the pad. Honestly, you
that
guys noticed,
probably saved him.
Saved a broken hand, probably.
I think so.
Yes.
Well, you know, too, Spilly, I mean, your brain's telling you one thing, but also your hand, you can't keep it from shaking. You have so much adrenaline then rushing through the body.
Well, and usually, and you know this, I mean, luckily it's the ninth inning. Hopefully the Rockies score a whole bunch more runs. 8 runs would be perfect. But in about 30 minutes, that hand is going to feel even worse than it does right now.
Remember, he missed a couple of games with a little bit of elbow discomfort on the road trip in San Diego. Here's Carey. Outside. Anyhow, Troy Johnston and Legumina were teammates at Gonzaga. Ball and a strike on Cole. Singled back in the first. Thought he hit it out in the 7th inning. Leaping catch from the right field scoreboard by Victor Mesa Jr. Took extra bases away. To left, that's fair, into the corner. Come on down, Jake McCarthy, Kyle Karros, he'll get a stop sign. Carrick's got an RBI double. First 4 have reached here in the 9th inning.
For Carrick, started the game off with a single. It's nice to bookend it with another hit, inside out swing. And another double for Carrick. That's his 11th. He's fun to watch.
He is a blast to watch. And the thing about him, Huey, we've talked a lot about this. He not only can hit, he can defend, and he's going to get better as a defender. He can throw. He can really run.
And
he plays his tail off.
Yeah, and he's going to get better at all of those.
Exactly.
The more games he plays, the more experience he has.
When you put scouting grades on guys and you say, you know, what's the floor, what's the ceiling? This kid's ceiling.
He doesn't have one.
Yeah, it's you know, up in the sky somewhere. High fly ball deep left. This one is caught somehow by Simpson. Tagging at third is Karros scoring. I haven't seen wind like this in a while.
I haven't seen this one in forever because it's 102 miles an hour off the bat. It has a launch angle of 42 degrees. And you see Chandler, he had to come running in. I mean, a day game with no wind at Coors Field, that ball's 10 rows back.
That was yesterday. That's concourse. As hot as it was.
Well, Mickey hit one into the second deck his last time up. (13-8). Tacos again. Got that going.
The Rockies are putting some pressure on this Rays in the ninth.
If Mickey throws one out the gap, you may see the A side of the bullpen for Tampa.
How many times have we seen that? You get the team starting to feel pretty confident that the game's over, and they get into the ninth inning, and all of a sudden it's sped up on them.
Well, it's 3-1. Kevin Kelly's throwing. And Kelly is part of that high leverage unit. This ball to center field, tagging at third. And coming home with the Rockies' ninth run is Cole Carrick. Sac fly for Moniak.
Well, Moniak will take another productive out for the Rockies, but they're down to their final out. Rockies have had 3 sacrifice flies tonight.
You know, I should have mentioned it, but on that catch by Chandler Simpson where he had to kind of sprint in and then go to the ground, really good play by Cole moving up and getting those extra 90 feet.
Well, the tough thing about that too is just making sure you don't leave too soon before he catches it. You know, it's easy when he's camped underneath it, but when he has to come sliding in, sometimes that changes it.
2 strikes on Castro. Willie with a base hit to right. Colorado not done yet. And Kevin Cash is going to make a move. He's going to have to bring in Kevin Kelly.
In theaters.
TJ Rumfield's going to pinch hit for Tyler Freeman. Rockies have scored 4 here in the bottom of the ninth. Willie Castro just singled with 2 outs. And Kevin Kelly is now on the mound for the Rays.
The Rays having to go to some of their plus side guys, and in the case of Kevin Kelly, he's had a nice year. It's his 47th appearance. Really funky arm slot. And Kyle Snyder coming out to give a quick scouting report on TJ Rumfield. I love that the Rockies are using their TJ Rumfield card. Perfect time to do it.
And honestly, for Kevin Kelly, when this half inning started, Did he really think he was going to be in the ball game?
No, he's probably chewing sunflower seeds and gum.
In the air to left, Simpson will have a play. And on one pitch, that will end the ball game. The Rockies made the Rays a little nervous. Too much offense early, though, for Tampa. And they win game one of this three-game set by a final score of 13-9. By the way, it's the first time the Rockies have scored 9 in a game this year and lost. Seymour gets the win. Lorenzen suffers the loss. Couple of home runs for Junior Caminero. UC Health postgame show coming up next from center field.